And we are live from North Wilkesboro Speedway, where Nick the Stars, the FastTrack Cup Series, look to do battle on the short track. It's time to go racing in the Big B Energy 225 here for race number 21 of the 2026 campaign. Welcome here live from North Wilkesboro, North Carolina, where tonight we will have ourselves a short track throwdown. Hopefully better than the last couple times we've been on the short tracks. We'll see how things play out as we go tonight. My name is Dawson Allen. Welcome you here to tonight's broadcast on BRN, the Liberty Racing Network. Of course, joining me tonight will be the one, the only, Enrique Cucalan. Enrique, tonight we're short track racing here at North Wilkesboro. We're watching these drivers go and do battle here. What can we expect to see tonight in this race comparative to what we see on normal races?
Well, hello Dawson, glad to be back up here in the BRN booth after a long break. I think it was on Bristol or Talladega the last time I was up here in the booth, but it's definitely great to be back up here in the short tracks. One thing that will be different compared to all the other short tracks that we go to schedule are the lanes that these drivers are going to be using. I have been watching practice for the last 20 minutes. These drivers have been running the top, the middle, the very top, all the way up into the fence. There's a lot of options when it comes to the lane you want to run in the corner and how you want to manage the track. And of course, it's going to be exciting to see how those drivers manage the lanes in the race itself.
Absolutely. It's going to be a difference maker in where you run, how you run it, and everything in between. Different from regular short tracks. Almost like a kind of mini homestead, I guess, is the best way to kind of put it with these different lanes that we're running. And we'll see how it all shakes out as this race goes on. But of course, still a ways to go before we get all that said and done. Right now, we'll take a look quickly at our current standings entering tonight's race. I believe it's going to be this right here, so we'll hit that button right there. As you can see, the chase standings as they sit right now, it is Quentin Clark and Tyler Marble the top two in points, with Michael Mueller, Ty Ippolito, and Marcus Emerson the top five. So those, you see those colors on this graph is how it determines everything. Green drivers are locked in, so Quentin Clark, Tyler Marble, Jacob Musso, Jared Bundy, Jeff Marble, and Jeff Shutt are locked into the chase. They will be racing for a title this year. Your orange drivers, they need to just make 20 starts, and they will lock in, so they need to make a couple more starts to make it to that chase battle. That's what we're looking at. Yellow drivers, not locked in, but above that cut line in the red or the outside looking in, you see right there, Bill Benedict is your last car in over Andrew Russo. Wayne Grossi is not far behind, 21 points back. 23 back for Andrew Nieder. Brian Duba, 40 points back of that cut line. It's not safe around that cut line, to say the least. A lot of guys are in trouble there, but we'll see how they shake it off. But speaking of Bill Bennett, how about him coming into this race? He'll be racing in the final four of the Big B Energy in-season bracket challenge. He races against Jeff Shutt, who's been fast in practice. Meanwhile, Jared Bundy faces off against the number 95 of Joseph Musso, the 1 versus 12, the 7 versus the 11. We'll see who advances after tonight's race. And, of course, the finale of that one coming up at Indianapolis next week. We've got a bye week after that, and then we head into the final four races before we set our chase field: Iowa, Richmond, New Hampshire, and closing it all out, Daytona, August 31st. Circle that one in. That's going to be a fun one to watch. And after that, there you see the chase races kicking into the schedule graphic now. Darlington, Gateway, Bristol, and Kansas. Of course, those are coming up in due time. We'll get there when we get there, but it's crazy to think that we are already on race number 21 of this season. We have moved so far in this season, and we're glad to have been here with you here on BRN. Glad to have you had with us as we roll on here, getting ready to go into qualifying now. You can see the top five in practice Jacob Musso, Quentin Clark, Michael Mueller, Marcus Emerson, and Brandon Saylor currently the top 5 fastest in practice as it comes to a close. We'll see if they can match that in qualifying. Coming up here shortly. So as we get ready to qualify, let's see who's brave enough to head out first.
Okay, it'll be Jared Bundy in the 3.
One of the first few to head out is the number 3 machine. We'll pull up a qualifying ticker and show you how he's looking. Of course, he's one of our competitors in this in-season bracket challenge mentioned. He races against the 95 of Jacob Musso in this race tonight to see who will advance to Indianapolis to race in the finale.
Jared's been very consistent this season. Good results. Was one of the protagonists in that fantastic finish we had at Darlington earlier in the year. But still can't get to victory lane that 3 car. Let's see if he can do it tonight. So far, fastest in qualifying.
Coming off of turn 4 for his second lap, it looks like he'll start, at least for now, second place is now Jacob Musso has jumped over him. Those two are right there on each other's tails. As we see more drivers setting lap times, we'll jump back to the number 99 of Michael Mueller and see how he does. He got bumped from this bracket challenge just last week. So let's see if he can just go out here and just try to go for some more wins and see if he can't put himself in a good position at the end of this stretch races to start the chase off and get on the right foot. Mueller comes to the stripe this time. 9th fastest right now. Does he improve in lap 2? He does. 18.219. Put it on the pole for now. The 99 car. Fastest here on the racetrack right now. Got a couple more cars qualifying right now, including the 94. Quentin Clark, second fastest in practice. Can he at least bump it one spot higher in qualifying? Marcus Emerson has not qualified yet. He is on pit lane, but is not left onto the track yet. As other drivers setting lap times now, we're watching this 94 to see what he can do. Through 3 and 4 he goes, and now down to the bottom. We'll see if he arcs it for the second lap, fast lap. First lap, 18.691. That's absolutely what he's doing. The 94 machine, easy and conservative on the first one. On the first lap, second lap, though, is where he wants that speed. He wants to go for the pole position if he can take it. Coming around through 3 and 4, hugging that white line on the bottom side. He'll come across the stripe this time. It is going to be good enough for third, I believe. Indeed, 18.291 for the 94 machine puts him in third. And now Marcus Emerson rolling on track. We'll see if he can bump Michael Mueller from the pole position as Jeff Shutt just went second fastest in that number 27 machine. .13th fastest on his first lap, going for his second lap. We'll see what he hits at the stripe this time. It's going to be slight improvement, and then a bump to the 4th fastest, actually, 18.318 for the driver of the number 22, and that looks like that is just about going to do it for qualifying. Brett Spott is rolling out right now to start his qualifying with just 1:35 to go before we get rolling here in North Wilkesboro.
What he can do here on lap 1. Running around the middle of the racetrack. Gonna set a 18.53. So far 22nd. We'll see if he can improve here on the second lap.
Oh!
Going down the backstretch.
And he won't hit anything, but that's going to cost him that second lap time. So 22nd is where Brett Spott is going to start this race from. And so that'll pretty much do it for qualifying here, as we got two drivers that haven't gone out, but with 40 seconds to go, I don't imagine them going out. So that'll set our field.
And while we wait here until qualifying ends, A little bit of an update on the in-season challenge. Benedict hasn't shown up tonight, so that will immediately move Jeff Shutt into the final round of the bracket challenge. It's up to the other two drivers in the other part of the bracket, Jacob Bundy and Jake Musso, to dispute it here at North Wilkesboro.
Yeah, it's down to Bundy and Musso, and the winner of that one will advance to race on against Jeff Shutt, who will have an automatic bye into the finale at Indianapolis. So the upset falls short here in North Wilkesboro. We'll see how it shakes out tonight. But quickly, we're ready to go racing here. So we're going to take a look at our starting lineup for tonight's running of the Big B Energy 225 here at North Wilkesboro. Pole position tonight, it goes. Then right out to Michael Mueller. He'll start first with Jeff Shutt to his outside. You got the 94 of Quentin Clark starting in third with Marcus Emerson to his outside. Jacob Musso on inside of row 3 with Brian Burchett outside of him. David Hara and Brandon Saylor together in row 4. And then you see row 5, it's Jared Bundy and Wayne Grossi.
Andrew Nieder and Tyler Marvel will make up row number 6. Joseph Musso and Chris Chavez-Aseri will make up row number 7 with Tracy Powers and Brian Conklin in row 8. Row 9, it's Cody Matthews and Jeff Marvel. Right here, your top 20. It's Michael Kurdziolek and Thomas O'Hara.
Starting 21st tonight, it's Ty Ippolito with Brett Spaulding to his outside. Saw him spin there on the exit of turn 2 on a second lap in qualifying. Philip Chavez and Roger Rios-Matthias together in row 12. Row 13 is Corey Innocent, Kyle Oakley, then Ryan Haynes, Andrew Moore Jr., Glenn Grigsby, Andrew Russo. That's your top 30. Last 3 cars on the grid to round out the field. Jake Hickson is in 31st, Alan Pajari 32nd, and Brian Duval rounds out the field of 33 cars for tonight's race. So that is your starting lineup. Mentioned that we only have 33 drivers here tonight. Now, this is the first time this league is running this racetrack as a regular season race. Obviously, the same thing as we saw in real life with the NASCAR Cup Series, where they ran North Wilkesboro as an all-star event for the past couple seasons since 2023. Tonight, this will be their first ever start at this historic racetrack in a points-paying race. So it's half distance to what the normal Cup Series race is as per usual. So it's only 225 laps of racing here tonight, or 11 o'clock, depending on which comes first. As the field paces behind the iRacing pace car. Of course, short tracks usually have 2 laps of pacing. They'll go for 1 lap, wrap around, and then they'll get them going green after that. So we got a little extra time to kind of highlight some things here. Mentioned Quentin Clark is starting in 3rd. 48 of Tyler Marble. He is starting a little bit further back in 12th place tonight. Those two battling for the regular season championship. We'll see who's able to prevail. But it's been a close battle all season long, fluctuating back and forth, back and forth. And right now, it's looking pretty good, I would say, for Quentin Clark. He's got a little bit of a gap now built up over Tyler Marble entering tonight's race.
Yeah, so these drivers are going to be looking at pounds, considering the winner of the last 2 races, Dane Cruz, not here tonight.
The pace car dives off. Field left in the hands of the flagman. Michael Mueller and Jeff Shutt on your front row. Jeff Shutt, he doesn't have to worry about racing for the bracket challenge. He's already advanced. Mueller just looking for some more victories. Green flag will fly. We're racing here at North Wilkesboro. Michael Mueller leads lap number 1. Jeff Shutt still hanging tough in 2nd, but he's got a quick battle coming from Quentin Clark and the number 94 machine.
And Marcus Emerson already making that outside line work. Try to get past the 94 here as they come back to start lap number 3. And get that run.
You see Shutt going to pull up to the high side there in front of the 22 car as they make their way off of turn 2, back down the back straightaway. You can see the sun starting to set here, given that close. The caution is out now for the first time tonight. Looking back, thought it was Kurdziolek. It's not Kurdziolek. It looks like Chris Chavez-Aseri in the 88. He is slow. We'll see if that was what the caution is for. He's slow on the racetrack. We'll see with our BRN replay and show you what exactly put us under the yellow flag. It indeed is the 88 car. He was up near that top 10 battle just about coming off of turn 2. Just loses it by himself. Yep, and round he goes. Down the racetrack, keeps it off the wall. And everybody else took a good evasive action to miss him, but it cost him some spots. He'll drop all the way back to the back of this field.
Great job by the rest of the field. Of course, should only be a little bit of front damage with the 28 of Joseph Musso, but apart from that, the 88 kept it off the wall.
So as he keeps it together, leaders currently making their way behind the pace car here on lap number 5. Still a lot of racing though, so no big concerns about pitting yet. It's only lap 5. Imagine next time by is going to be the one to go. That'll get us ready to go back racing. So of course I mentioned North Wilkesboro really can't get a gauge or anything because it was an all-star race for the most part in this league. You can really only go off of short track drivers, drivers that have done well on these short tracks, and obviously someone like Brian Conklin, he's got the most starts at short tracks, 54 here in the FastTrack Cup Series. I'm wondering if that is fully accurate. I'm gonna have to fix this a little bit because that seems like a lot for what's been about 5 seasons. There we go, got it fixed now. So Tyler Marble and Jeffrey Marble both have started 49 short track races over the span of this league since 2021. And of course, Tyler Marble, the winningest of those drivers that are active right now, 4 wins here on the short tracks. We'll see if he can add a fifth one here in his 50th career start on the short tracks. But he's going to do it from a little bit further back. Michael Mueller right now looking for his 3rd and his 24th start. As he leads the field to the restart zone, he'll mash the gas and get us back to racing. Green flag back in the air here at North Wilkesboro. Miller clears for now. Jeff Schutt gets clear for 2nd as Emerson on the inside of Quentin Clark there for 3rd. Side by side, these two go. Somebody way up high there, it looked like. Oh, as Clark gets a moment off of turn 4. Everybody going to try to slide right by this 94. You see the 54. Actually, it's the 29, pardon me. David Hara right there trying the top side to see if it'll work. Still,
of course, everyone trying to get used to this North Wilkesboro surface.
He's trying to make some good moves here right now. Andrew Nieder in the 36 car trying to make moves early up in the front of this field, up to 8th right now. He needs these points big time. He needs to get a good finish going under his belt so that way he can get some points and try to put himself in a chase position before we get to those wild card races there like Daytona, maybe Richmond even too.
Definitely going to take some good races from that 36 car. And Nieder, the winner of the Clash, to start off this 2026 season, but currently sits 19th in the points entering North Wilkesboro. Now, good news for him because Bill Benedict, who was on the cut line, didn't show up, so that will give this 36 car some points. They still need to beat Russo and Wayne Grass to at least get ahead of those two and into the chase.
Yeah, Wayne Grossi, though, is also right there, not too far out of the picture. That number 9 machine, that Shell Pennzoil 9 in the background, is lurking here for some spots as well. But yeah, you mentioned Benedict being out is big for them. Andrew Russo is the one who would capitalize the most, but currently running 32nd way out back. That's Grossi and Nieder's dream situation right now, is to get these points to get in. Other drivers that are on the cut line, just looking to see who else is on this cut line that's in this race. Alan Pajari in the 34 car, he is currently far out back in this field. As a matter of fact, he's dead last right now, but just really points racing. Just a matter of just getting as many points as he can get in his favor. Doesn't matter where he runs. He as well. Andrew Russo in the 41 is right there. Andrew Moore Jr., another driver that's in that situation, could get some points in his favor. But he's currently 26th right now on the racetrack, battling Thomas O'Hara for 25th. Just big opportunities for guys like Grossi and Nieder right now tonight. This is the big momentum swing that you can have But I'm noticing here the front end of that 9 car looks pushed in on my end. I don't know about you, Enrique, but it looks like he might have gotten in contact with somebody, got in the back of him, and he's got a front end pushed in.
Yeah, I can definitely see that front end damage on that 9 car. Not really sure what happened with him, but currently running in 11th, battling there with a 54 of Brian Burchett.
Trying to find a way to get a camera angle on that front end of that 9 car. But you can see it pushed in right there. That is not going to be too good for a short track, I would think, Enrique. I'm not too well versed in the damage models on iRacing still and how they work and how they affect cars, but on a short track, I'd imagine that causes overheating and could possibly cause you to blow up.
Yeah, that definitely makes the engine run a little bit more hotter. It also makes the car a little bit more tighter with this next-gen car. We already know this next-gen car is very aero-dependent. So we'll see how that 9 car already, I can already see him off the corner. He's just sliding up the track. So we'll have to continue with the race and see how this 9 car progresses with that damage.
Yeah, he's got heavier damage than with the 10 of Cody Matthews.
Caution.
Oh yeah, caution on the racetrack right now. Looks like further back, Corey Ennis in the 40 car is around on the back straightaway. That'll put us under caution for the second time tonight. He'll try to get back going before the leaders catch him to stay on the lead lap. So we're going to watch Grassi as well. Cody Matthews in the 10. He's got a little bit of damage as well. Not as much as Grassi has. Still a little bit of damage to impact his race car. Take a look at your replay coming off the corner right here. Same thing we saw off of turn 2. Corey Ennis snaps around and goes for a spin. Just another example of another car coming off the corner and just losing it. See it there on the replay from turn 2 exit. And Dane Cruz, thank you for the input as well. Like the same thing Enrique said, where that front end damage is going to make you incredibly tight because you lose a lot of front downforce. So that's our Larry Mack is Dane Cruz. He is our Larry McReynolds. So, which is why you don't hear him.
Anyways, going back to the 9 car, Wayne Grass. It was on lap 15, entering turn 3. The 54 checked up in front of the 9. 9 couldn't react in time, and that's what gave him that front end damage.
So we have field getting double file now. Looks like Corey Ennis is going to be a lap down. So he'll drop to the back of the field. Then the car 1 lap down. Any laps down right now, as it stands, just the 1 lap. So not a problem yet, especially if we keep getting cautions. We'll see. As the field bunch back up, Michael Mueller. Marcus Emerson now, the outside of row 1, coming to the restart zone. We'll see if he can hold tough with the 99. Green flag flies back green here at Wilkesboro.
Good launch from Emerson. Managed to stay there with that 99.
See Emerson working the top side, making it stick for now on the high lane for the race lead with Mueller. Still side by side they go, heading down into turn 3. Oh, contact! For a second, almost went into the wall there. Emerson and Mueller save it. Mueller, I think, maybe backing off a little bit, and Emerson gets to run off the corner and takes the race lead away.
Emerson's clear for now. He's definitely going to get the run here, coming out of 4. Going to clear the 99, move to 22 in the lead.
Second verse, same as the first, it seems, for the number 22 machine at North Wilkesboro. Yesterday, of course, the NASCAR Cup Series. Dominant race by Joey Logano. Barf led to him taking the checkered flag. Now Marcus Emerson in the 22 takes the lead on lap number 28 and trying to do the same as last night's 22 car did. Check out from the field and never look back.
Definitely a fantastic race last night. I guess we could call it that.
As Emerson takes the lead, checking up on your battle for the in-season bracket challenge right now. Jacob Musso is in 5th. Jared Bundy not far behind in 7th place right now. Just in between them is Brandon Saylor in the 24. These two contending to see who will face Jeff Shutt next Monday night at Indianapolis. Of course, that comes up 9 p.m. Eastern on BRN for the finale of the in-season bracket challenge presented by Big B Energy. But that's not the only racing we have on BRN, of course. Tomorrow night's the big one as we get a caution. We'll talk about that in a second, actually. It looks like it's Philip Chavez, and the 14 car is around over in turns 1 and 2. And then I'll put us under caution now for the 3rd time here tonight. More cars right there, actually, too. Jake Hickson and Brian Dubel, heavy damage on these two as well.
Oh, yeah.
We're going to take a jump back on the BRN replay and see what happened to these two. This happens ahead of them, it looks like, almost. This wreck happens ahead of these few. It starts with the 14 of Philip Chavez, it looks like. We'll get you the replay here, and we'll show you what I'm talking about. 14 just loses it there. Middle of the corner, slides up the track. Then back down, tags Brian Dubel. Goes up the track, into the wall. And Jake Hickson ends up running into the back of the 87, riding on board here with that 16 car of Jake Hickson. You'll just see it happen up ahead of him. Just no chance to miss it.
Definitely an unfortunate situation for the 87 and the 16.
They were running out back of this field just trying to mind their P's and Q's, and instead they both get sucked into an accident. Through no fault of either their own. I mean, 14 just slid up the track, spun in the corner, slid down the track, and then tagged the 87. Just caused an accident there. So we'll see. It should be getting green next time by. Indeed, it looks like we are. Emerson choosing the top side. No shocker there. Been getting good runs on the top side, so might as well take the launch.
Saw these two make contact last restart. We'll see how they race each other now. So far, so good. Anderson's still there on the top.
Oh, Mueller saves it though, but he's going to lose a ton of spots in the process, all the way back to now just outside the top 10.
Nice catch by that 99 car. That could have been big.
David Hara, he saves it, somehow gets it pointed back in the right direction. Everybody else was checking up, maybe expecting a caution. Don't get it. North Wilkesboro starting to race a little like Bowman Gray now, like racing like the Madhouse. As you see Jared Bundy on the outside of Brandon Taylor trying to get back up to Jacob Musso's back bumper to give him challenge for this in-season bracket. So as we're still battling here throughout the back half of this top 10, up front, Marcus Emerson now leads with Quentin Clark being his next competitor in second. Jeff Shutt a little bit further back in third, and it's Musso and Bundy fourth and fifth.
Getting a little bit more spread out this restart.
And after that slide on the front stretch, Michael Mueller back to ninth place now, trying to battle Brian Burgett for eighth. They're on the inside lane.
Emerson has caught his first victim here when it comes to lap traffic.
14 and Philip Chavez right now about to go a lap down in 31st. Corey Ennis is 1 lap down. Brian Duval 2 laps down on the track right now. Ennis been really trying to get that lucky dog, but it's not going to come his way. Emerson's got himself a gap now over second place Quentin Clark. Jeff Shutt starting to catch them in the 4 now.
Some smoke, not really sure what happened, but stayed green. Quentin Clark fine and clears the 14 of Chavez. Pretty comfortable gap of the 22 of Emerson. As you remember, he won the last time we were at a similar racetrack. Back in the spring, Martinsville Speedway, a caution-filled race, but at the end, it was Marcus Emerson catching the win over there at the paperclip.
Yeah, we've had a couple short track races this season. Of course, Martinsville was the one that everybody dreaded talking about. We had Bristol the week after that. Tyler Morrill took the checkered flag at that track. And then after that, we've had a bit of a spell of different racetracks until finally getting back to a short track tonight at North Wilkesboro. We got another couple of them coming up here in a few weeks' time. Remember, Iowa, August 10th, August 17th, we're going to be heading to Richmond. So a couple of them coming up. And then, of course, we have Bristol as well as Martinsville coming up in the chase. So 4 more short tracks after this one tonight. Mostly back half of the schedule here for these type of tracks, but doing so well so far. Able to kind of rein it back in after those first couple cautions, and right now running pretty spread out for the most part, kind of like what we saw last night in the Cup Series race. Just everybody kind of running their race the way they need to, trying to find their ways to get a little bit of ground made up on somebody else ahead of them to try and make a position work, like we see happening with the number 3 of Jared Bundy chasing down the 95 and Jacob Musso. This would be for a spot in Indianapolis in the final of the bracket challenge presented by Big V Energy. Jared Bundy running a little bit higher lane, trying to cut down an exit. See how this works for him, catching that 95 of Jacob Musso. As this happens up ahead too, you see Quentin Clark has got a mirror full of Jeff Shutt in the 27. All over the back bumper of that number 94 car.
Gonna have the
someone on pit road right now. Joseph Musso in the 28 is down pit lane. I'm not sure if this is a scheduled stop or not. Double check and see.
Sure. Oh, looks like he had a little bit of a slide going out too.
Oh yeah, he had a slide and ended up going down pit road. Just where he ended up hitting the wall, just ended up going to pit load. He's got a penalty, of course, for speeding because he came in hot onto pit lane, obviously. Likely just going to end up serving his penalty, and that's going to cost him his race pretty much. I see another car coming out of pit lane. I think it's Brian Duval coming down as well.
Now we got a battle for second.
Shut to the inside of Clark, and he'll clear him for now and pull up in front. And this has also allowed the 95 and the 3 to catch up to this battle. These 4 cars, now 5 cars I think even too. I believe it's Tyler Marble on his back bumper. Indeed it is, all right here, battling it out for 2nd through 6th as they make their way down into turn number 1.
It's been a nice race for that 48 car. Started in 12th. Kind of stayed up there throughout his first few cautions, but once this race restarted, he was able to work his way up to 6th. Now, trying to see if he can make the pass on Jared Bundy. Put himself in the top 5.
Yeah, fighting outside Jared Bundy right now, the 48 car. Just trying to get this result here to go his way. Like I said, he's chasing Quentin Clark for that regular season title. And right now, up to 5th. He'll get to 5th place now under the back bumper of Jacob Musso, who's still chasing teammate Quentin Clark now. The 94 95 going to be side by side off of turn 4 as they head down the front straightaway back into turn 1 now on lap number 65. Another driver having a good run going right now. How about this 91 of Michael Pergilak? He started this race back in 19th place. He's up 7 spots. He's battling Roger Ruiz Matthias. He's up 11 spots to the drop of the green flag. But neither of them are our biggest mover. That would be Kyle Oakley, who has just cracked the top 10 for the first time tonight, up there in 10th. He's having a great run so far tonight. Looking to see if he can continue to build upon that. Is up front, back up to it. Quentin Clark, I think, dropped a couple spots now as Tyler Marbles to the inside of Jacob Musso for what would be 3rd.
Tyler Marble continues to show why he's the winningest driver in the series right now. Putting that experience to work and making his way now onto the podium here at North Wilkesboro.
See Bundy and Clark side by side. Clark working the high side, trying to make it stick, but just doesn't seem like it's working as well for him compared to other drivers. You see Jacob Musso now jumping to the high side, trying to figure out if this will work against Tyler Marble. Meanwhile, just kind of watching the speeds and watching how the lap times are going. Emerson has been slower than the cars behind him. Shutt was faster the last couple laps. Tyler Marble just ran a 19.310. Very, very fast lap comparative to the leaders as of right now. Just trying to chase him down if he can. Go contend for this win. Still a long way to go, obviously.
Marble, though, you definitely don't want to burn those tires up too early.
So like Brian Dewell back on pit lane, maybe trying to get damage fixed or anything, just trying to find something that'll help, but...
And this is where we're going to see how good Marcus Emerson's car really is. Now catching some very heavy lap traffic here in front of him.
And this is something that played a factor last night in the Cup Series race as well. And I haven't looked back to see any of the All-Star races that happened previously for this league to be able to verify this. But I would imagine lack of lap traffic really helped the leader more than anything in those kind of races. Not having to worry about fighting through traffic was a big plus. Now you have to manage lap traffic. You have to manage these guys that are, you know, racing their own race as well. They're racing for their own interest, for their own points and stuff. Now you have to manage that stuff. And right here you see car ahead of the race leader, Cody Matthews. He's running his own race, but hey, his teammate is the car in second right now. Or at least it was in second until Tyler Marble worked the outside lane and got right by him, blowing the doors off of that number 27 just about. The leaders just ran a 17.6. Meanwhile, Tyler Marble ran a 19.5, pardon me, a 19.6 to a 19.5. Marble is fast right now. He has got a burst of speed compared to the rest of the leaders.
Definitely gonna have to see what he does here, considering Emerson cannot clear the 10 car. If he'll be able to, maybe not.
Not quite yet, still back behind.
10 car finally gonna move out of the way.
And here comes Marble to the inside, trying to find a way around that number 22 car. Emerson trying to hang on for dear life, catching the 29 David Hara lapped car again. Here comes Marble trying to cross over to the inside, and now side by side for the lead we go on lap number 78. Tyler Marble the inside, Marcus Emerson on the outside, coming around off of turn 4, give the lead of the line that time to Emerson, but Marble fighting back on the bottom.
Emerson is definitely gonna get that run on the top side for now.
Marble at the line, still behind Emerson, but expecting to maybe get it in the next 2 laps.
Ooh, Emerson got the wall there a little bit. It's gonna give them momentum to the 48.
And Emerson will hold on for now over Marble. Hard charge from the 48, but the 22 prevails for now and hangs on to the lead.
Yeah, Morrow realized he wasn't going to be able to get past the 22 on the bottom, so now he's going to try to go for another strategy. Another attempt here to see if he can get to the outside now of the 22.
And this has allowed Jeff Shutt to catch back up to these leaders, at least stay consistent with them too.
Marble's looking to get to that right rear, but he's not able to do so. So he's going to have to try the bottom.
Yeah, back to the inside lane goes Marble, still side by side for the race lead here on lap 85. Marble gets the advantage on the exit of the corner, but then on the inside lane, just not able to get the runoff and prevails for Emerson to hold on to it.
be able to clear here with a clear 3 and 4. There he goes.
Yep, and there goes Tyler Marble, clear for the race lead. Now the 48 car back out in front, mentioned it. This is his 50th career start on a short track here in the Fast Track Cup Series, and he is looking to get his 5th win on this style of racetrack. If he can somehow pull that off, we'll see. And of course, he is, if I'm not mistaken, the winningest driver all time here. Indeed, he is. 31 wins to his name. Looking to see if he can make it 32 here tonight. Just looking to see here, of course. Jeffrey Marble and Tyler Marble are the league owners. They are the ones that own this league. And they, of course, have the most starts in this league. Jeffrey Marble making his 221st start tonight. Tyler Marble making his 220th start tonight in the league. So bravo to both of them. Trying to look at these other big milestone starts tonight for anybody. Not really. Quentin Clark is coming close. This is his 98th career start. It'll be 99 next week at Indy. 100 at Iowa if he makes these next couple races. So shout out to that one there. Trying to see if anyone else may be making a 50th start. Nope. So there's really nothing on that docket yet. So we'll keep tabs on that as the season goes on here. If anybody else hits any milestones starts, but Clark will hit that in a couple races. He'll hit his 100th career start here in the Fast Track Cup Series. So Marble is leading. You see the gap of gaggle of cars ahead of him. Lap traffic could play back into helping the driver, the number 22, Marcus Emerson, catching back up. Looking further back, Quentin Clark is in a world of trouble in the top 10 spot right now. He's got Michael Kerjelak on his inside, and Kerjelak looks like he'll go by for that position. And how about this one right here? 12th place run going right now for Thomas O'Hara. He has been a driver that's been plagued with so much bad luck this season. So many good runs taken away from accidents or things outside of his control. Having a pretty good run right now. 12th place for the 07 car. Hopefully that can stay for him. Hopefully he can keep having this good race here tonight.
Yeah, and sometimes that's all you need. Your season is plagued with bad luck, with mistakes here and there, crashes and all. But all it takes sometimes is just one race to turn everything around. And hopefully tonight is the time that Thomas O'Hara will get the result that he deserves.
See if he can get it right now. On the fringe of a top 10 as well, battling past Quentin Clark up to 11th now. With Ippolito going by. That 94 machine is falling off the face of the earth. Somebody hard on the brakes here into turn 1. I think that might have been, a big gaggle of cars happening right here. Swing Grassi, number 9 car, currently a lap down. Same with Cody Matthews in the 10. There's the 54 of Brian Burchett, who's on the lead lap. Kerjelak trying to shove his way on the inside to get by these guys. Ippolito and O'Hara both finding their way through as well.
Oh, big damage on the 54.
Just killed the outside wall there. And here comes Kerjelak to his inside.
Yeah, it was a couple laps going down the front stretch. The 54 almost spun. Had to catch the car, got in the wall. That gave that Chevrolet wheel damage on the outside wall. Last time, yeah, that 54 is definitely hurt.
Yeah, he is struggling big time and dropping back outside the top 10 now. O'Hara goes by in the 07 car. Here comes the 19 of Ty Ippolito. So far, we only have one DNF. Brian Dubel has called it a night. Now, I'm also trying to look and see Jared Bundy, another driver that's really fallen off a cliff right now, that 3, but he's got front end damage, it looks like. I can't tell fully. Does he have issues on the left front?
Yeah, he does have a little bit of damage on the left front. Not sure what happened to this 3 car.
Rika gotta go look and see maybe, or I'll see if I can find it maybe. I don't see. I can't look and see for myself, but
the 3 car. Oh, looks like lap 85, racing with the 24 Sailor. Contact there that puts the 3 hard into the inside wall. That's definitely wheel damage on the left front of that 3 car.
Meanwhile, battles on for second. Jeff Shutt on the inside of Marcus Emerson is now. Tyler Marble has stretched his legs big time. That last time by, over half a second faster than second and third place. That 48 is moving, and something we're starting to see, I think. Unless this could be tire saving, it could just be a case of he was just waiting for the right time to make this move. But that 48 is checking out on the top 3 cars as well. He is rolling away from them.
Definitely this 48 car. I probably mentioned it earlier, you know, maybe don't burn up your tires too early, but we've seen him time and time again so far, and keeps putting up those lap times. I don't think that 48 car is burning any tire at all. He's just running his own pace. This car is just that quick.
Of course, the big thing about this league, if I'm not mistaken, this is an open setup league. So that means you bring what you want. And it could be possible some guys maybe have a longer run setup than a shorter run setup. They're built for a longer run in the race, and they're also ready to run a longer run in this race. And that's exactly what Marble is doing to perfection right now, as he is now out to a 2-second lead and trying to navigate lap traffic, but he's got a 2-second gap, so no really concerns having to navigate that so far.
Yeah, and I do believe this 48 car is definitely set up for the long run, considering he started 12th. So his qualifying attempt wasn't that bad, but also wasn't in the top 10. And then throughout those first few runs of the race where you saw constant yellows, he couldn't really move up to the front. But once we got this race restarted and had this very long run, he's been able to just ride up to the lead and check out.
You see Emerson right behind the 77. Contact! Oh, the 77 goes into the wall. And as that happens, getting ready to say pit stops, Michael Mueller is on pit lane right now. So I imagine we might see some more pit stops coming here right now as they run. It's currently 118 laps to go. Not yet at the halfway point of this one, but imagining maybe some guys thinking about coming down here shortly to make their one and only stop as Jared Bunny catches the wall again just behind Tyler Marble, who puts him a lap down. Big for Jacob Musso, trying to advance in the bracket challenge. The fact that this 3 machine is having so much trouble, that's going to be huge for Jacob Musso to advance next week to race Jeff Shutt. As more guys go lap down.
Never want to say never.
Oh, absolutely.
What will happen in the second half?
Yeah, there's still a lot of racing to run. Still a lot of action that could happen. Anything can happen. You know, the 95 could get wrecked. There could be a caution that comes out when the 95 is 2 laps down and the 3 car is on the lead lap, like we saw last night. Just all... There's no guarantees on what's going to happen. But I do want to highlight, just kind of looking. So I'm going to pull up the stints these drivers are on, and I want to highlight somebody here. And that is the driver of the number 07, Thomas O'Hara. You see right there? He made a pit stop under the most recent caution. And I think that's going to be a good thing for the fuel mileage, at least in trying to run a little bit longer than these guys. He can run long. He can stay out a little bit longer than the rest of the field. And that could very much play a factor if he runs long and a caution comes out. To helping him have a better chance of winning this race. So I want to give props to that call right there from the 07. If it works out, if he gets a caution when the rest of the field pits, that is a huge, huge benefit to him compared to the rest of this field. But we'll see how it shakes out. We've still got a long way to go. We're just about halfway as of right now, just past it. Heading in to lap 115. It's going to be 111 laps to go here at North Wilkesboro. Tyler Marble is out in a 2.5 second gap over second place Jeff Shutt. Marcus Emerson third. Jacob Musso is fourth. Kyle Oakley up into 5th place now.
Battle for 6, heating up between Brandon Saylor and Ty Ippolito.
Yeah, Ippolito trying to keep moving forward as the 24 is struggling. Contact there! And you see the stack up. Everybody gets stacked up behind. There's Jeff Marble in the 15 also in this picture with Thomas O'Hara as well. Another driver moving forward. Caution's
Oh,
out! Caution is out!
Turn 1.
Oh!
Matias around. Oh!
And he got hit by Ryan Haynes. Oh, and Andermore Jr.'s wrecking. Oh, that's Kyle Oakley from 5th place.
No.
Down the track. Looks like no damage. Very minimal, if even. But the one car goes around for a spin, trying to find a time to turn it back around. I was also getting ready to say, too, Quentin Clark just got lapped by Tyler Marble, and that was big for Marble in the sense that he was lapping his competition for the regular season title. Just like that, though, things have been shaken up a little bit. So we're going to see what happened. So Matthias was coming off. Matthias had come off pit road.
And
Yeah.
Marble, big damage on the front end.
Yeah, I was going to say, right here, you'll see it. Bang! Huge hit for the 48, the race leader. And then another hit from another car, and as Matthias tries to get rolling, Oakley gets turned around. This is huge. That's big damage for the one car, and then right here, you see the 48. Man, he pulled high, thinking that the one was going to roll down the track there. Instead, the one stays put, and the 48 runs right into him. You see Harrison and Oakley go around there on the apron, but my goodness. Yeah, I get where he was thinking that he was going to have to make that move and the one was going to slide down the track, but instead the one stayed up on the top lane, and that was the last thing that Marble needed him to do. And just like that, heavy front end damage for what was our race leader. Now Jeff Shutt marked as our race leader here on lap 120. That's all it takes. That's all it takes. Especially on a short track like this, somebody else's mistake can cost you your race, and that very well could be Tyler Marble's race. Heavy front end damage on that 48 car after the spin by Roger Rios Matthias.
Yeah, and the 48 car's going to roll with it. They're not going to try to fix it. They're not going to try to even spend a couple seconds on pit road, at least going little by little. They're just going to roll with it.
So Alan Bajari gets the wave around as the leaders come across the start-finish line. Jeff Shutt is your leader. He is the control car.
So we'll see how this 48 car handles now with that front end damage.
We'll see. He's now restarted his control car. That's Jeff Shutt who gets going. Tyler Marble watching him to see how this 48 handles. Shutt gets us back to green. Marble in second, side by side with Marcus Emerson. There's a big gap. Around goes Jeff Marble! Was getting ready to say Jeff Marble looked like he was sideways, but it's a bad day to be named Marble. As now Jeff Marble goes for a spin and puts us back under the yellow flag here on lap 124. Take you back on the BRN replay and show you. It looked like he had help. Not too positive. We're going to go from the restart here. This happened over in turn 2. Just lost it on his own there into turn 1. Then coming off of turn 2, lost it again. Andrew Russo gets in the back of him and spins him around.
Just kind of lost it with those fresh tires in one, and then just trying to gas it up again. But the tires are already hot, and the car just wants to go around.
Hey, y'all, Grill Daddy. Here, so Ryan Clark.
So, back ready to go racing here, and another lap. Shut still the control car. Marble going to be restarting the outside lane once again. The lights are off on the pace car. Yeah, what is Pajari doing? Does he know he's supposed to? Lights are back on. Was it telling him to stay behind the pace car, or was it telling him to drop back?
Well, they have waved Pajari around the pace car. Looks like they were trying to get everything sorted out there. When it came to the restart order.
And this is where we start to devolve here.
Now a lot of separation between the field and the pace car.
So here we go. Let's try this again. Green flag will fly. Shut leads us back to green. Good launch by Marble on the outside. Hanging strong with Shut here. But the 27 will clear for the lead.
Marvel trying to fight 17 of Kyle Oakley. As Emerson's going to try to maybe set a 3 wide, he can't.
Ooh, a bobble there from the 48 car as they make their way off of turn 2. Oh, around goes Emerson! And Bolito as well! Emerson goes for a spin, Ippolito goes with him, and we're back under yellow. And instead of Funky Town, Emerson goes to Torture City. Slides by himself there in turn 2, and you see tagged by the 07, I think was Thomas O'Hara. Tracy Powers gets in as well. Lost it on his own, and Ippolito got tagged as well and went for a slide, so back under caution.
And the good thing for Emerson is his car's completely fine. Didn't make contact with anyone. Nobody got into his back bumper or anything. So it should be only a trip down pit road to get 4 fresh tires, and he'll be back on his way. We're going to restart here. Lap 136. 225.
Jeff Shutt, Kyle Oakley, the front row. Green flag flies. We are racing once again here at North Wilkesboro. Can we keep a good run going like we had at the start of this race? Oakley gets clear for the race lead. And Joseph Musso trying to follow suit.
Jacob Musso is someone that we haven't really talked about tonight, apart from the bracket challenge. He's now up there in the top 3.
Oh, wrecking in the back again! O'Hara's around. Essery's in it. The 29 David Hara gets tagged a couple times as well. Back under yellow again.
Jared Bundy in it as well.
Oh my goodness, I think we had such a great run going earlier in this race, and it has quickly devolved back into the same things we saw at Martinsville. The dreaded thought of that happening, well, it's happening now. So we'll take a look at the replay here for the umpteenth time tonight and show you what happens here entering turn 1. The 88 car loses it into O'Hara. Kerjelak gets tagged, Tracy Powers gets hit, the 28 car gets into it, Ippolito, O'Hara, Bundy, just a lot of guys wind up involved in this one.
And we were talking about Thomas O'Hara's fantastic run that he was having up there in the top 10. Again, bad luck for the 07. 88 gets loose on the inside. Nowhere for him to go after that.
So that gives us Kyle Oakley in the race lead here tonight. This is his 131st start here in the FastTrack Cup Series. He has just one win to his name. That came last season at Echo Park at at Atlanta. Pardon me. Jesus Christ. Coming in Atlanta last season, he's looking for his second win if he can find it. His best finish on a non-Super Speedway oval, I believe, is going to be Auto Club from last season. That was his best non-Super Speedway finish. He also, by the way, finished third in, I believe, what was the All-Star Open. Or actually, it might have been the All-Star Race proper in 2023. And that was also ran at North Wilkesboro. So he's got a podium finish here, but he's looking to see if he can add a win here to his name. He's had a rough stretch of races. Of the last 5 races actually, 4 finishes outside of the top 30. Rough go for Kyle Oakley. A win could definitely turn the tides in his favor and give him a little momentum swing heading towards these final 4 races of the regular season. Pace cars off. Oakley and Shutt the front row heading for the restart zone. Oakley will mash the gas and get us back to racing. Green flag flies once more. Oakley like he was launched out of a cannon. Yeah, so far so good. Shutt and Marble side by side for second. Now here comes Musso on the inside line to battle with Marble.
And back in the top 5, that 99 car, Michael Mueller, started on pole. Had a little bit of a slide coming out of the 4, one of the laps. Fell back half the top 10, but making his way back up here. Try to fight for this win.
Yeah, did a great job getting back and recovering here. What a recovery be if he can get to the victory lane, though. That's definitely what he wants to do. If he can find his way to it, that's what he's working on right now. Mansfield makes their way through 3 and 4. Almost into the podium now for Mr. Mueller. But up front, it's Kyle Oakley leading the way. Jeff Shutt in second. How about the run for both these guys? These guys both running up here now, first and second. Just really needed these races for these two. The way their season has gone. Mentioned already with Oakley, his last 5 races being 30th or worse in 4 of them. And then there's Jeff Shutt in the 27 car. He's just really needing some momentum on his side. Kind of looking at his last couple races. He had 6th last week at Atlanta and a 5th place at Auto Club. Just kind of some back and forth between top 10s and outside the top 25s for Shutt. So looking to see if he can build upon this with another good finish here tonight. Another driver having a great run. How about the 7th place, Brian Conklin? in the 37 car. Really good run coming for this 37 camp tonight. Just had so many ups and downs as well.
Yeah, absolutely. And you talk about the 17 team entering tonight, 73 points below the chase cut line. So this would definitely not only make a big statement when it comes to the point standings, but it could also mean a shot of momentum for the 17 team as we have more short track races coming up after the off week.
And you mentioned the 17. How about another driver that was right there near the cut line entering tonight's race that we kind of talked about for a second in the beginning? Alan Pajari is 9th place right now. We were talking about him being dead last in the race earlier on tonight. He's now in 9th place looking for a good points day to expand his gap over the cut line. This is a great run building for this 34 team at the right time, needing this kind of run to try to just push their way towards the chase. So kudos to the 34 camp, the work they've done all night long. Another driver I'm going to shout out again, I mentioned him earlier, Michael Kurjalak in the 91. He's up to 7th place now, having a fantastic night so far. Just continuing to turn out these spots one by one, piece by piece. He's doing a phenomenal job driving that 91 car. Kurjalak making his way here. Of course, only 7 starts. His first start's coming this season. He came in this season. His best career finish right now is a 7th place back at Auto Club a couple weeks ago. Currently 8th place. Has a chance, though, to take over 7th place for Brian Conklin. But up front, battles on for second, Enrique.
Yeah, here comes the 99 of Mueller, putting the pressure on the 27 of Shaw. These are two drivers that have been very fast throughout this race. But I do feel right now that Mueller has this slight edge over this 27 car.
And I think it's a matter going to shake up to be how this long run, if we get a long run, plays out. I think as we go longer into this run, that 99 is going to be really, really strong. It's going to be really hard for Oakley and Shutt to hold him off. So 99 trying to peek inside.
Someone I really want to take out of the equation right now. I know he has damage, but that 48 car, Tyler Marble, we saw how good he was later in the run once the tires heated up. So we'll see if that 48 car can once again get that power boost and fly all the way to the lead.
Shutt on the high side, Mueller on the low side, and Mueller's making the bottom lane work. He's wrapping the bottom. He's harvicking him North Wilkesboro. And right now he's battling for second with Jeff Shutt. Mentioned Marble in 4th still, despite the damage. But you got to wonder if he didn't have it, would he still have that race lead and still be well out in front dominating? You got to scratch your head and wonder, though. Still plenty of action left here in tonight's race. Coming to 66 laps to go at the stripe this time by. Mueller very well clear of second now and right on the back bumper of Kyle Oakley for the race lead.
Mueller very disciplined with the line he's running.
And if you're committed to a line and you're running a good line that race, yeah, you're going to be unstoppable. And Mueller is just picture perfect on the wheel for the most part, running this line. And Oakley just trying to do anything he can to defend it.
Oh, slide there from 17.
And that's a big run to the race lead. Mueller now has the top spot. He takes the point away from Kyle Oakley. And the pole sitter slides early on in the race. He recovers now and is back to the race lead at lap 163. We still got another 60-ish laps to go. Say 63 at the stripe that time. 62 now. If we stay green, I think it's going to bode well for this 99 camp, and they're going to walk away with a checkered flag in their hand again. Back in the battle for 7th, Brian Conklin holds off Kurgelak for now, and most part, not a lot of huge battles happening on the racetrack. Ippolito trying to hold off Jake Hickson for 14th. You got Thomas O'Hara battling Andrew Moore Jr. for 16th place, or at least trying to get up there and contest it. Got a couple cars that are officially out of the race. Andrew Russo, David Harum, Joseph Musso, Roger Reese-Mathias, and Brian Dubel are all officially out. And that's a big blow for a couple of those guys. Andrew Russo being out, being below the cut line tonight was a golden opportunity for him to jump Bill Benedict in the points. Not going to get a lot of points in his favor. Roger Reese-Mathias being out early. He wasn't far off of the cut line either, so a very early exit for him is not going to be pretty, especially with those the other guys that are on that cut line are having good runs.
Absolutely, and at this point of the season, it's just give me points. You know, if someone has a bike race, your opponent has a bike race, you need to assure yourself that you will get yourself up there in the points, content for those points, because sometimes you miss these opportunities and it comes back to bite you.
Absolutely. Now, I want to say after tonight's race, I'll say once Hickson, Kaltenbach, and all the others hit their minimum start quantity they need, that'll be golden. They're all pretty much points-wise locked in. Everybody else is still going to be fighting for those last couple spots. I think we're going to have at least 4 spots up for grabs in the points. And that's what we're looking at. So Kurgelak has gotten by Conklin for 7th. Conklin is slow right there, and that's going to allow some lap traffic trying to navigate through. That's the 36 Andrew Nieder, currently the first car 1 lap down, just trying to stay in the lucky dog position just in case a caution were to fly. He doesn't have a big gap between Cody Matthews and Corey Ennis. 2 other cars currently stuck 1 lap down. Mentioned Quentin Clark, he's 2 laps down in 23rd place right now compared to Tyler Marble running 4th. That's a big swing in the points for that regular season title. It feels like it's just a big game of tug of war between these two. Back and forth it goes for them, deciding who's going to win the regular season title.
Mueller, Oakley, Stud, and Marlowe, but joining this fight now, 95 car, Jacob Musso, slowly creeping his way into this top 5. Try to see if he can do something for the 4th spot here soon.
Yeah, and so you're talking about that, the battle for the 4th spot, but here's the thing I'm noticing. That gap for the lead has been trimming. Fastest laps last time by on track have belonged to the 95 and the 48. Despite the nose damage, that 48 car is still fast. And that is worrisome. As a matter of fact, that last time by, he was the 3rd fastest on track. Jeff Shutt was fastest, then Jacob Musso, and then just barely behind Musso was Tyler Marble. That 48, despite the damage, is still running some of the fastest laps in this race.
And that's what I mentioned earlier. You don't really want to take this 48 car out of the equation just yet. This car's coming to life, even with that front end damage.
He's roaring to life, as is the 95, and the 27 as well, starting to find his footing. But they're still chasing Michael Mueller, who currently holds the lead over Kyle Oakley by about 7/10 of a second. And he stretches it back out quickly. He was losing time. They were all within a second. Now it's opened back up. I don't even want to jinx it by saying it, but you know that everything would change if we got a yellow flag. And that would really shake up how these drivers tackle the last portion of this race. Battle happening for 12th place. Alan Bajari's going to drop back in the running order, back to 12th. Still a good run, all things considered, for points. He's got Jake Hicks and Tracy Powers right there contesting that spot with him.
Now the battle for 4th. Here comes Musso.
To the inside, gonna rough him up a little bit.
Oh.
He'll run him up the track
Leaning
quickly. Hey, 8 tires better than 4 in the corner. Marvel gonna try to repay the favor maybe here in the middle of the corner. Not gonna quite get there.
Yeah, but now I'll tell you, with all that, they have lost some considerable time now to the 27 and the 17.
Yeah, they've lost now a second behind Jeff Shutt, as they're all still trailing Michael Mueller, who leads this field. Coming around now, 42 laps to go next time by. Mueller in control of this one. Kyle Oakley just looking to get a good finish tonight and just leave North Wilkesboro with his head held high.
Yeah, and in a few laps, this 99 car, Michael Mueller, he's going to start catching some lap traffic. And this is something that we didn't see Mueller have to endure when he led the first portion of this race. We really only saw Marcus Emerson, whenever he was the leader of this race, have to navigate through that lap traffic, which ended up costing him the lead over to the 48 of Marvel. It's a big bunch of cars coming up. This 99 car, he's going to have to navigate around if he wants to win this race.
Yeah, but I don't imagine it being too much of a problem for him. It would take a lot for me to sit here and say that I think he's going to struggle lapping some cars on track. Especially with an 0.8 of a second lead and still just holding serve. Fastest lap that time on track, it was the 99 from the race lead. Second fastest, however, Marcus Emerson back in 11th. Trying to fight his way back forward and just recover after the spin earlier. He's fighting for a top 10 spot now. Jeff Marble just up ahead. So, Emerson just trying to recover from a mistake on his part. Jeff Shutt trying to find a way to get by Kyle Oakley. He is faster than that number 17 car. Ty Ippolito goes a lap down to the race leader. And Miller's got a bit of a gap, and then you said it, there is just a swarm of lap traffic up ahead. Right now, 35 laps to go here at North Wilkesboro. The race leader has about a 9/10 of a second lead, and he is quickly catching a gaggle of lap cars. He's going to have to make the right moves to hold this top spot, to hold the gap he has, to make sure he walks away the winner here tonight.
Will be Mueller's 4th win of the season. That would make him the winningest driver so far in 2026.
Yeah, he had a really kind of slow start to the season. Really wasn't able to pull the wins. He was able to pull some podium finishes and a couple top 5s, but not really able to have the speed consistent to win races. Right now, he is looking like he is coming to life here as we get close to the chase, but you can see, the big gain he made on Kyle Oakley and everything, but having to check up for the lap traffic there, cuts it back within a second. That was a big checkup there. Somebody is slow on the track. I think Brandon Taylor might have caught the wall in 1 and 2. Heavy damage on the 24 car now. just trying to hang on to get a good result as well.
It looks like his car just went straight under braking, caught the wall. Trying to hang on there until the end.
Just doing what he can to make it to the checkered flag here tonight. Just watching Kyle Oakley now trying to navigate the same lap traffic that Michael Mueller just did. 30 laps to go now here at Wilkesboro. I think if Mueller can just kind of dispatch this lap traffic, get through this with no problems, I mean, he'll pretty much be home free, I think, after that. Seven-tenths, almost 8 second lead now over Kyle Oakley. It's all about just maintaining and managing. That's all Mueller has to do. He doesn't have to be crazy with it. He just has to hold on and keep it at bay, but he's losing a lot of time right now. Oakley is making a big swing in this lead. Oh, no!
No!
Just as he made that huge gain, he was within half a second. He slides on the front stretch, and now he's back to fourth. Oh, my goodness, I had to say something.
You jinxed him.
I did. I did jinx him, and now Mueller's got a second gap over Jeff Shutt and a nice sigh of relief there after that happened. As Oakley drops back to fourth. And now Mueller coming at 25 laps to go. He's got lap traffic to handle, but he's got a bigger gap than before. And a much easier ride now that he doesn't have that 17 breathing down his neck. Oakley now just trying to hang on for a good finish. You see Mueller trying to get by Bundy and Haynes. Just can't quite do it, though, as they're still battling on his outside. Shutt's now within a second, but it's going to take a lot for him to cut big time into this gap. As they go, but you mentioned Tyler Marble back to sixth as well. Somebody who's coming to life in a late...
Yeah, Marble just had a little bit of a slide there coming out of four. Held on.
Yeah, he's struggling right now in this 48 machine. I was about to say, someone who's coming to life. Michael Kurjalak is now up to fifth, looking for his first career top 5. Kudos to this car and this team. Just they came in this season part-time, or came in a little bit later in this season running, and just have kind of put together slowly but surely some better results as time went on. And now running top 5 here near the end of this race. Just a fantastic run for him tonight, all things considered as well. Jeff Shutt running in second, great run. Michael Mueller, of course, leading this race. Kyle Oakley in fourth, still hanging on to a top 5. But Jacob Musso is catching Jeff Shutt for second. And that's all Michael Mueller wants to hear is that, oh yeah, it's about to be a battle for second between Shutt and Musso. Because that gives him more time to just grow that lead and just keep putting...
Mueller in the wall.
Well, that's not what you want to do. He's fine. Looks like he's still got a second and a half lead, but... If I can look and see, I think he'll resign himself to the bottom lane from now on. Yep, caught the wall on entry. So I think he'll very much commit to going to the bottom lane on the rest of the, or at least not being so high up on the wall through the corners. And you see him kind of running a middle lane there through 1 and 2. So we've hit less than 20 laps to go now. 1.5 seconds is the gap between Mueller and Shutt. It's going to take a miracle, I think, for this gap to be cut into. I think Shutt's really going to have to put together an incredible set of laps, whereas Mueller's going to have to completely bottle it and throw it away. Shutt was about a 10th faster last time by, but he would need to be more than that as he's slower this time by than Michael Mueller. Need to gain at least a 10th a lap to have a chance at it, but it looks like he's losing time now.
Yeah, this 99 car has been off the charts this last run. It's been really off the charts this whole race. Just had that little incident coming out of 4 that one time that put him further back. But he never let that get to him. He just kept on fighting.
It's the age-old adage of it's not how hard you get hit, it's how hard you can get hit and then get back up. And Michael Mueller has definitely gotten back up, and he's gotten back up to the race lead, and he is up a second and a half now. Just continuing to maintain this gap. That's all he has to do. He doesn't have to put more on it. He just has to manage it. Just keep running the race. Just keep minding his P's and Q's, running his line, and doing what he can do. He'll strike this time. Hey, 15 to go here at North Wilkesboro, presented by 72 Diecast. For all your new and used diecast needs, visit 72diecast.com or 72 Diecast on eBay today. Michael Mueller leads over Jeff Shutt by a second and a half. Jacob Musso is in third, solidly, soundly. Really no pressure out back. He'll finish third tonight, barring any issues. And he'll advance in the bracket challenge to face off against the guy that's ahead of him, Jeff Shutt, at Indianapolis in the finals of that one. We'll see how they fare next week. Holy word salad. As we watch for the Indianapolis Motor Speedway next week, of course, next Monday night here on BRN. We'll be there for that. I'll be at the track live this weekend, so I'll get to see it live in person, and then I'll get to see it here on iRacing, so that'll be a lot of fun. But right now, Michael Mueller just really dominating this portion of the race, just taking care of business the best he can. We've got a gaggle of cars battling for positions. Battle for 7th right now on the line. Conklin, Chavez Esri, Emerson, Jeff Marble. They're all right here under a blanket just about, just trying to hold on to this position. Conklin just trying to hang on for a top 10, I think, at this point, as Emerson trying to fight back and get as many spots as he can before this checkered flag falls. That's all he can really do.
Yeah, and you were talking about her earlier battle for 4th now. Michael Kirchelak has caught the 17 of Kyle Oakley.
You gotta wonder if we had maybe another 25 to 30 laps, could Kirchelak have maybe caught Musso and gone for 3rd? What a fantastic run for both these cars tonight. Much needed run for Oakley, and a great coming out party here for Kirchelak to get in the top 5 and run it. Oh no, Conklin dropped back to 12. Conklin caught the wall. Meanwhile, Oakley and Kirchelak almost made contact there. Oakley trying to fend him off, just couldn't quite do it. He might as well just reset and hang on to this top 5 while he can, as Kirchelak clears and will hold on to 4th now with just 8 laps to go. Mueller has a 1.3 second advantage. Shutt's cut into it bit by bit, piece by piece, but it's not going to be enough. He would have to get over a 10th of a second each lap to really be able to catch up and make this move work.
Yeah, and that move with Conklin and the 10 of Cody Matthews, that's not really what you want to see as a 99 Michael Mueller, because that would probably send you into an overtime finish. Most likely would make this race descent into total chaos.
Now here's the other problem too. The cars that he is catching right now, these are lead lap cars. These are cars that are on the lead lap, battling for position, but also they're going to want to stay on the lead lap just in case the caution comes out somewhere else on track. They don't want to forfeit their lead lap position in case a yellow flag flies, so they're going to fight hard. And look at the gap now, under a second with just 5 to go. Mueller is stuck in traffic, and this is huge for Jeff Shutt.
Yeah, Jeff Shutt 2/10 quicker than the 99 the last time by. Mueller just cannot go anywhere with this lap traffic.
He's going to have to make a move quick because it's now under half a second. Jeff Shutt is breathing down the back of Michael Mueller with 4 laps to go.
Yeah, and the big thing for Mueller is O'Hara and Saylor were just battling side by side. I think he really can't go anywhere. He's trying to go 3 wide now.
Trying to center the middle, couldn't clear Saylor. O'Hara holding the bottom, Saylor up high. Here comes Jeff Shutt now on the back bumper of the race leader. Oh, Saylor in a really bad spot for Shutt. Checks up to 27.
Well, we're going to have 2 laps to go here next time by.
And there's the gap between 1st and 2nd. Michael Mueller has Thomas O'Hara ahead of him. Conklin on the outside of Jeff Shutt. Not a good run on exit for Shutt. It looks like it's going to end up still being Mueller unless Shutt can send it in there on this last lap.
Ooh, a little bit of a block there by O'Hara.
And the bottom lane open for Shutt.
One more shot.
Shutt's going to be there. White flag is out. 1 more lap to go here at Wilkesboro. Mueller goes high. Shutt going to go high with him. Can Jeff Shutt make the move? He'll go to the high side as Mueller goes low. But it's not going to be enough. Michael Mueller will pick up his 4th win of the season here at North Wilkesboro.
Wow.
And kudos to Jeff Shutt, by the way. He very easily could have dumped that 99. He could have gotten in the back of him. He could have done anything to him. Instead, he races him clean. He tries to make a move work. It doesn't work. And the 99 walks away victorious. His 4th win of the season, as mentioned. The high of the season. And he'll get to burn it down in the front straightaway here at North Wilkesboro. So as he celebrates on the front straightaway, take a look at your finishing results from tonight's race. Michael Mueller picks up his 4th win of the season, just over Jeff Shutt, who had a chance there at the end, didn't get there, and he'll take a 2nd place run for his efforts. Jacob Musso finally gets a good finish tonight, 3rd place again this season. He's been finally able to break that dry spell of not being able to get good finishes. Michael Kurgelak, career best 4th place finish. Great race tonight for the 91 camp. Same with Kyle Oakley, able to get a 5th place run tonight for his efforts. Tyler Marble, the front end damage proved too much for him to overpower. He comes home 6th tonight. Chris Chavez Essery, another good finish result for the 88 car as well there. Marcus Emerson rebounded to 9th. Jeff Marble comes home 9th. And Tracy Powers rounds out the top 10.
Nick Hickson, after that incident, comes home in 11th with Alan Fajari, who was last for the first run. He comes back to finish 12th. Thomas O'Hara having a great run. He comes home 13th last car on the elite lap. Brian Conklin in 14th with Brendan Saylor in 15th. The 77 of Andrew Moore Jr. in 16th with Ty Ippolito in 17th. P18 goes to the 36 of Andrew Needard with a 40 of Corey Ennis finishing in 19th. And running out your top 20, it's a 10 of Cody Matthews.
The rest of these cars finished 2 or more laps down there. You see Quentin Clark, 22nd place for the points leader, likely going to lose that points lead to Tyler Marble, all things considered. And some other guys that really needed these good points days, like Wayne Grossi in the 9 car. He was running well, so at the early part of this race, he comes home 24th for his efforts. Andrew Russo, he's on the cut line entering tonight. He'll finish 29th. Really not what he needed out of it. And then you see Rodriguez Matthias 32nd, pardon me. Even worse for him in the 1 car. After things have all gone. So we're going to go to a quick commercial break. We'll be right back with continued coverage and post-race interviews here at North Wilkesboro.
Introducing Bushnell Motorsport Park's newest sponsor, Big B Energy Drinks. Say goodbye to energy drinks that taste like chemicals. Here's an energy drink that tastes like a reward. Thoughtfully crafted, masterfully mixed. Strawberry smash. Sweet, bold, delicious. Summer melon. Refreshing. Smooth, incredible. White cherry fizz. Crisp, clean, rewarding. 3 flavors designed for people who refuse to compromise on taste. No artificial colors. Just real flavor backed by the caffeine you need to go the distance. Energize up before your race. Grab yours at the Bushnell Motorsports Park Drink Cooler or order online today at bigbenergy.com.
Welcome you back here to North Wilkesboro. Catching up first with our third place finisher on the night. That would be Jacob Musso. First things first, Jacob, congrats on the third place run. What was that race like behind the wheel of the 95 machine?
It was tough. I didn't feel like we had. Um, I felt like we had a decent setup, but I just could not figure out how to stay the right front tonight. So I was just trying to take it easy, follow the guys in front of me, and I fell back there in the first half of the race. And after the pit stop, I just told myself to back it down and just focus on hitting the inside. And luckily, it saved me enough tire to get around Tyler. And Kyle had a little loop out there, and luckily I got that spot. And it was a tough race, honestly. I didn't feel like I had the pace to be up there, but I just survived and just kept the 95 going straight. I had a few times where she wanted to snap on me, so luckily I saved it and just kept going straight.
Yeah, absolutely. It was a fight all night for you, it looked like, but three of the last four races wind up with you on the podium, just trying to keep maximizing points, continuing to push as we get closer to this chase. How is that making you feel, just having a stretch of races like that, getting this close to when the races are really going to amp up in, importance and difficulty?
Yeah, it's actually huge. If I go back to see the beginning of my season wasn't so hot, and I think I'm finally filling in the voids I was missing to put a race together. I usually was fast in the beginning, and then I couldn't put at the end of a race together. But I feel like I'm starting to feel like my old self, where I can put the end of the races together and get some decent finishes, even if I'm not comfortable in the car. Like tonight and a few weeks ago, I wasn't comfortable in the car, but I felt like I let one slip last week. Just had no help there late in the race, and just really pumped to get a podium here at North Wilkesboro. It's a tough track for me, so I'm really pumped with third place. And we go to Indy, um, another place I struggle at, but I seem to finish good. So hopefully we can just keep it going to the playoff bubble and then see where we line up.
Well, we'll see for sure, but also too next week, not just racing Indianapolis, but you're going to be racing for the Bracket Challenge final, racing against the driver of the number 27, Jeff Shutt. How you feeling about that matchup next week?
Man, I'm glad it wasn't this week. So I would have been one lap, one spot short. But yeah, I don't know. He's really good. So he's a killer at Indy. I know he's pretty good at Indy, I think. And if he has anything of a setup he did tonight and a drive like he did tonight, it would be very hard to beat him. So just gotta put my nose to the grindstone and bust out a couple hours of practice this week, and hopefully can come out swinging with a pretty fast 95 Chevrolet.
Well, alrighty, it's a third place finish for here tonight, Jacob. Teammate, sponsor, shoutouts. What got you on the podium here at North Wilkesboro?
Yeah, I'm gonna shout out all the boys at HSR, Quentin, Roger, Andrew, Ben and Blast racing with those guys for the past couple years. All my short fuse motorsports buddies and teammates, Corey, Joe, Garrett, Eddie, Jordan, and Eric. You know, those guys are awesome. Um, and then Jeff and Tyler for the league, Fast Edge Hot Rods, Lucky Dog podcast, and you guys for the broadcast. It's always a blast going back and watching.
Alrighty, that is Jacob Musso. He comes on third here tonight at North Wilkesboro and continues three of the last four races. He has finished on the podium and looking to see if maybe one more podium finish can get him the Bracket Challenge victory next week at Indy. Congrats on third place run tonight.
Thank you.
And we'll send it over now to Enrique, who's going to be catching up with our second place finisher, Jeff Shutt.
Catching up with a second place finisher here tonight, North Wilkesboro, Jeff Shutt. Jeff, you got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Well, first of all, talk to us about your race on board that 27 car.
Yeah, it was good. I worked on it all week, and I really like short tracks, so I'm pretty good at usually anything with brakes. But yeah, I worked on the set, was pretty solid, and yeah, even my teammates were pretty strong too. Really.
We definitely mentioned a strong car, and definitely came on strong there at the end. Whenever that 99 car of Michael Mueller had to navigate that lap traffic, that gave you a shot. Maybe a little. I don't know what you needed to possibly go and beat that 99 car.
Yeah, I needed 10 more laps. I have a good long run car. I didn't ever get a tire warning, and he did, and so I knew that if I just had 10 more laps, I would have definitely caught him. In the traffic did help. They were unusually blocky, so they definitely helped me at least have a chance. But yeah, overall it was really fun race.
Yeah, definitely a fun race to observe as well. But also good news for you with that finish. That moves you into the finale of the bracket challenge. We just talked to Joseph Musso, or Jacob Musso, excuse me, your rival for that race at Indy. What's gonna be the strategy there to get that 95 car?
I really like Indy, so it'll be fun. I'm gonna work on the set this week, and I like tinkering with the set. I'll take a Ryko set and then adjust it from there, and so I'll work on it hard this week and have a good shot at it. I think.
All right, Jeff. Any teammate sponsor shout outs? What about the 27 car up there in second place?
Well, I'm the manager of Ron Tonkin Chevrolet, and Ron Tonkin Chevrolet is one of the sponsors. So obviously, anytime anybody wants a Chevy truck, I'm your guy. And my team, Black Wolf Racing, is an awesome group of racers, and they all do a great job. And we work really well together. So definite shout out to them.
Well, all right. That'll be your second place finisher here tonight, North Wilkesboro Speedway. Jeff Shuck, congratulations, Lev. We'll let you go. And hopefully we'll see you next week at Indy.
Thank you.
All right, we'll send it back up to Dawson so he can catch up with our race winner and a very happy Michael Mueller.
And catching up down in victory lane with your race winner tonight, Michael Mueller. Michael, first things first, congratulations on the win tonight. This is now your fourth win here in the 2026 campaign.
That was so much fun. That was probably the best race, and just action. That was great. That was a great race.
Yeah, it definitely looked like a lot of fun up here in the booth at times. When we got the green flag racing, it looked like it was a lot of fun, but it didn't go easy. You started off on the pole, and you were pretty good at the beginning of the race, but at one point in time, it looked like you were heading for the inside wall. You got loose off at 4 and lost a bunch of spots. What was that moment like for you, having to mentally reset after having a slide like that?
Yeah, I mean that's never fun to do. I mean, I being side by side here with that bump out of 4 is just it's so treacherous, and you want to gain momentum because you're on the bottom trying to challenge the outside, and just a hair too much gas will just send you left. So just try to get the car back straight, calm down, give it 2-3 laps. Try to get your composure back. I have my spotter. I have Hanley up in the booth. With me. He's just settle in. We got 200 or 150, 200 laps left. Just settle in, long race. Just keep your head on you, drive fast, and make good moves.
Absolutely. Well, you were able to work your way back to the front of this field through all of the cautions as well as the green flag running. What was that like in the back half of this race to get back to the front, to get back to the race lead? How was that fighting your way forward?
Yeah, I mean that's a lot of action. I mean you have we had those couple wrecks in front of me, and I avoided the one. I got into going into turn 1. Got loose and almost looped it again. But no, just trying to be slow, honestly slow down the race and just be methodical with every move. And while we're there, I'm like, if we go green, I got to save some tire, and so you're just trying to save tire and make good moves, and not get caught up in someone else's mess. And it's just a lot of work, and it's a lot of fun though. That's what makes this track so much fun. It's all about the driver, and you got to have a great spotter, and just keep your head on your shoulders. So it's a lot of fun. Glad we come back here.
Absolutely. Well, it's a race win for you tonight, Michael. Your fourth one on the year. Teammates, sponsors, shoutouts. What's gotten you running and rolling hot here as we get ready to head towards the chase?
Yeah, just thank Anthony Hanley in the spotter booth every week. I mean, he took the back seat from racing to help spot me, and obviously you can see the change in pace. We're at 4 wins now, so definitely a lot of credit to him, and the setup work that we do every week. It's only a team of 2, so that just shows the teamwork that me and him have. And Downforce Motorsports, again, it's team of 2. Bolify, you guys up in the broadcast booth every week. You guys put on a great show to go back and watch every week. Jeff and Tyler for running the league to give us a place to run every Monday. And just a lot of fun, a lot of momentum, and hopefully we can continue this train of wins.
Well, alrighty, that is your race winner here tonight, Michael Mueller. He comes home victorious for the 4th time this season. He gets it done at North Wilkesboro. Congrats to the win tonight, Michael.
Thank you.
Alrighty, so that will be just about it here from us tonight at North Wilkesboro. Enrique, what are your closing thoughts here after that race tonight?
Yeah, definitely a very fun race. Whenever we got those long green flag fronts, of course, we got a string of cautions there that kind of lowered our expectations. We thought it was about to turn into a Martinsville Part 2, but thankfully it didn't. But yeah, overall, just the battles we saw all across the track, and then drivers just using the bottom, the top, the middle, just every single aspect of this race during those long runs. Drivers and of course the leader trying to manage the lap traffic, and of course, you cannot not mention it. A fantastic finish there, which was almost looking like it would go the wrong way for Michael Mueller. But at the end of the day, these drivers like to play clean. They like to get their cars to the checker flag and not have to be part of any drama or controversy or whatever. So just props to these two drivers finishing 1-2, and of course Jacob Musso for advancing into the final round of the bracket challenge. Just absolute cinema from these drivers. You can't really complain about that. And yeah, it's definitely going to be exciting to see who's going to be able to win that bracket challenge heading now into Indy, who's going to be able to be good there as we go back to a more downforce type of track.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun here. It was worrisome when we got those cautions, but in the end, it came away for the better. So thankfully, cooler heads prevailed, and we were able to get a green run to the finish there, and led us to a pretty exciting one here tonight in North Wilkesboro with Michael Mueller taking home the checkered flag. Well, tomorrow night we've got racing for the Slide Job Racing League Season 17 opener at Daytona. It's the iRacing.Funny 250. You don't want to miss it. We'll be here on BRN 9 p.m. Eastern tomorrow night for your viewing pleasure. And of course, next Monday we head to Indianapolis for the finale of the bracket challenge, for some last minute racing for some drivers before an off week, before we get ready to go at it for the last dash to the chase, the last chance for some of these drivers to punch their ticket into this championship battle. I want to thank you for tuning in as always, and thank you to all the drivers coming out and showing up. This is Dustin Allen signing off for Enrique Cucalan saying so long, have a great rest of your night, and congratulations goes out to the driver of the number 99, Michael Mueller, your winner here at North Wilkesboro. Take care, everybody.